And today, guys, it's all about motivation. And today I'm sharing a very simple motivation ritual that I personally use in order to keep me taking the daily steps that I need to take in order to achieve my goals. And that simple ritual is creating the inner dialogue that I want rather than being a victim of whatever comes up in my head. So here's what I mean by that. You may have thoughts of, this is hard. You may have thoughts of, I'm not really sure if I can do this. You may have thoughts of like all types of thoughts, but basically things that do not propel you toward your goals and things that make it harder to stay the course with the daily actions, right? So one of the ways that you overcome that is you do not rely on the right thoughts just floating around in your head. You purposely put the thoughts in your head that you want to be there. And I scoped yesterday on how to get longer and stronger motivation, and I said the one simple hack was that you create your own motivation. You don't wait for it. You create it, and you do it early, meaning first thing in the morning, and you do it often, meaning multiple times per day. I talked about how there are multiple ways that you can do that. One is creating a motivating visual environment. So you can do that through posters. You can do that through wallpapers on your phone. You can do that all kinds of ways. And I just gave my email readers a free wallpaper for their smartphones because that's one of the ways that I keep myself motivated, by putting things in my line of vision that motivate me. But the second way is creating that inner dialogue. And one of the ways that I do that is by either listening to other people, like other motivational podcasts or motivational music. But a really cool hack that I have is I have certain affirmations that I use and that I say. Well, that's something that I use. But what I found recently is that having affirmations that speak to different struggles that are common for me is even more powerful. It's like taking that strategy and putting it on steroids. And then to make that even stronger, I've actually recorded these affirmations because let's just be real. Sometimes in the morning you're rushing and you don't get out your piece of paper and you don't do it. But I have them recorded on my iPhone so at different times of the day I can listen to them. And I'm going to share with you one of the affirmations that I have recorded on my phone. And by the way, it only works for so long for me. Exactly right. But that's why you have to do it early and often. There's no way that I could just listen to affirmations, on Monday and that keep me motivated all week. And depending on the type of day I'm having, I may have to do it multiple, 3, 4, 5 times per day. So here's one of the affirmations that I have recorded. This one I find is really good for those of us who have maybe begun the journey and maybe you've begun the journey and maybe you're having some hiccups along the way, or you might be at the very beginning part of the journey and you may be struggling to gain momentum. And sometimes that's caused by what I call the double sacrifice, where you're doing some of what it takes, but not enough. I'm going to go ahead and read the affirmation to you, and I think you'll get it, and you'll understand whether or not you're playing the double sacrifice game. And if you like this, I'll tell you at the end how to get this audio along with a few others that I'm going to be giving out next week. All right, guys. So here's the title of it is Done with the Double Sacrifice, and it goes like this: I am done with the double sacrifice. I'm tired of sacrificing and having nothing to show for it. I am done with sacrificing my time, my effort, my energy, my hope, and my belief that this can happen for me. I am done fooling myself that this little bit doesn't count, or that little bit is enough, or that I'll start tomorrow, because I know how that turns out. It won't be any easier tomorrow than it is today. There isn't a better time coming. Today, I choose to do what it takes and not just enough to say I tried. I'm playing to win. I am done with the double sacrifice.